Eastern Time. It is Saturday. Happy New Year. Same villains. New Year. Same assholes. Welcome to another edition of our C-List Villains Creator Spotlight. Today we are catching up with Corissa Grant on Worthy Chaos. And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Before we got on, we were discussing how you were frozen indoors because of snow and an unprecedented weather event in Tennessee.
Yes.
Yeah,
we've never had. So I've been told multiple times. I've been here for like 9 years. I've been told multiple times about the blizzard of 93 that was 6 inches, which in Connecticut was no big deal because it was like a dusting.
Yeah.
However, here for the first time in the last 8 years, I think we've probably gotten a total tops maybe half an inch, maybe on a weekend that I don't remember, an inch, maybe 10 inches. We got 10 inches a week ago. And the problem was, one, this isn't Connecticut. They don't have plows. They don't have salt trucks. They don't have sand. They don't have any of that stuff. So we've been snowed in. I paid a guy $160 to come plow. And then right before he did, a plow actually did come, but all it did was stomp down the snow. So it froze into a layer of ice. So I paid this guy anyway because he just drove all the way there in the cold in an open cabin thing. And then 2 nights later, we still couldn't get out because it was just too. We were on a mountain, so we couldn't get down the mountain. And if we did, we couldn't get up the mountain. And then we couldn't. Our mobile van that we use for work has pipes, and you have to plug it in at night when it's cold, otherwise it'll freeze. So we couldn't go and not be able to get back up. So I had to move 4 days of work because I don't work Mondays. So I haven't been able to work in 4 days. And then 2 nights ago, it rained freezing rain or whatever. So now everything's completely solid, even our driveway and the cars and everything. And it's 12 degrees outside.
Oh man.
So yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Times on the plus side, I got a lot of scripts done.
Hey, being indoors, and at least you can be a little bit more productive with the stuff that you got to do, and then the stuff you can't do outdoors will have to be pushed out. And yeah, don't drive on icy conditions. It'll be great to snowboard on it, but definitely driving on it, not that great.
Well, it didn't help that our neighbors drove up and down on 4-wheelers, and that packed the snow down. So when the plow did come, it just packed it down even more. So
what will be the process as far as because I've never really lived in a high snow density area. I've lived in Vegas where it snowed finally in the last 10 years, like almost a decade ago. And do you salt it down before you
So in Connecticut, they actually salt before the snow hits. So they put these stripes down of salt. So when the snow hits, it melts.
Yeah.
And then literally, not kidding, around the clock, nonstop plows, salt, sand. Plows, salt, sand. Like it's just a continual circle. Now, don't get me wrong. There was a time in the 90s in Connecticut where we were frozen in for a week. That was it. They could not get salt trucks through it. So it does happen. That did happen, but I've never seen it like this before. I only remember that because I had a week off of school, and it hadn't snowed one drop the time. So we loved it as kids.
And
not so much as adults.
I love the fact that they're snowed in and Tennessee.
Let me tell you, if it wasn't for the fact that I was losing a lot of money, I would enjoy this a lot more because I love being inside. But not only did I lose a couple $1,000, but I have a gluten intolerance, so there's not a lot I can eat. So I didn't eat any gluten, but I ate a lot of cereal that was gluten-free, but I think the processed food made me sick. So now I have like the leaky gut thing. So I have abdominal pain all week.
Oh,
So yeah, my husband is now braving as we speak, trying to trek down the frozen mountain to get to Dollar General that's across the street. It's like a not across the street, but it's like a quarter mile, maybe
yeah.
half a mile, but in ice. I don't know how he's gonna get up and down it, but he really wants milk, I suppose. So yeah.
You got to do what you got to do, especially in weather.
Yeah. So I read gluten-free comics. Yeah. Yeah, I have gluten-free comics. I'm dyslexic and gluten-free, so those comics they're all over the place. But yeah.
Before I even heard of gluten-free products, I was reading on like one of the restaurant menus, and it always had GF at the end of the actual listing of the food. It's like, what does that mean, girlfriend? Is this for the girlfriend, or what is this?
You know, it's funny because in Olive Garden that means garden fresh.
Garden fresh.
So, yeah, it does not mean gluten free. I don't know if they're gluten free, the garden fresh. I just know that it's garden fresh, like I guess a healthy version. So I could be gluten free. I don't know. But I've been this just happened. I just became gluten free, unfortunately, a week before Thanksgiving. I figured it out. It took me a month of horrible, horrible pain to figure it out because I'm 45. I have never been gluten free. I'm Italian, so I definitely have never been gluten
Those
free.
noodles and breads.
Yeah,
Right.
pasta galore, man. I mean, yeah. But apparently, I'm lactose intolerant. Apparently, if you're lactose intolerant, you have a greater chance of becoming gluten intolerant because of there's gluten and lactose, I guess. I don't know what it is. I am not a happy camper. But especially when you road trip, there's no fast food that's gluten free. It's not fun at all.
No, it's not.
My body has betrayed me, and I'm not happy about it.
It happens. It changes every 7 years, I hear, and then and I think being gluten free means you have a chance of getting celiac disease. Is that right?
Yeah, and so what? Because I was having gluten while I was gluten intolerant, that created the leaky gut. Leaky gut means no matter what I eat, it's painful. Like I couldn't eat I couldn't eat like the raw almonds, even though they're healthy or whatever. So things like I drank water this morning and my stomach hurts from it. So I just ate on the way down here. So yeah. I did that for a month. Trust me, it's not fun. But yeah, I'm not the gluten was when I was lactose intolerant, I ate stuff anyway. I was like, screw it, whatever.
You might as well just brave it.
It's not worth not having pizza, so I would have it anyway. But gluten is a whole other enemy. And I have like this one beam of light on my face, so I don't know what that is, but
it could be like the fully processed starches and flours that we're eating. Maybe
it could be. I don't know what I did. Did I fix it? No, made it worse. Okay. So
Mark,
yeah.
you should trademark that. Yeah, if you make your own coffee spark, make yours gluten free.
I'm gonna start. I don't know because it's made out of wood, so I don't know if it's grain free. But there's no wheat, right? So maybe I could say it's gluten free.
Yeah, every wood pulp should not have gluten.
Yeah, I don't think so, but you never know nowadays. I can survive because I found a gluten free pizza. So life is good because Papa John's tasted like a burnt cracker. Like it was awful. And we used to get, which probably didn't help. We used to get Papa John's every week because I love, who doesn't love pizza? But yeah, unfortunately, it tastes like a burnt cracker. But we found it in DiGiorno. DiGiorno has amazing gluten-free pizza. It's soft and fluffy and thick, and I loved it.
It's what do you call it? It's cauliflower flour they use for that.
So I think the problem with Papa John's is they use a wheat free. That's my only thought process. But DiGiorno's uses rice and almond flour, so that's why it's fluffier. So I don't know why Papa John's doesn't wake up because I'm gonna attack them because that was my favorite pizza. But hey, I'm saving a ton of money getting DiGiorno's $10. Papa John's is $35. So
yeah, definitely it's not delivery. It's DiGiorno's. It's
yeah. But we're out of pizza now. We had 3 of them. We ate them all week, so that probably didn't help either. But
Oh yeah. Well, it's. I guess you had a question. You posted up a question on Facebook about if you wanted to have a zombie apocalypse and or robot or vampire, whatever it was, and like you're thinking like if you're prepping for this situation, and especially you're gluten free and or even lactose intolerant or even some kind of disease, like how would you get ready for such an event if you have all these
right?
personalities?
I mean, yeah, I said, would you rather have a zombie apocalypse or a robot apocalypse? I'm gonna. I mean, either way, I guess eventually you lose electricity, so you're screwed.
Yeah.
But I'm more terrified of the robots. I'm terrified of this artificial intelligence crap going on. I'll take a dead ass zombie any day over this shit. No.
You can't defeat metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Some
can't.
easy.
Some people think, oh, I'm going to use an EMP. That was their reasoning. I'm going to use an EMP. Let me tell you what an EMP does. Okay. An EMP will shut them down for half an hour and only the ones within a couple of feet of you. What about the thousands of others coming? You can't shoot them all and it won't last. It's only 30 minutes, right? Or an hour. I think it's an hour, 30 minutes to an hour. I don't know. On leverage, it was 30 minutes. So we're going to go at 30 minutes.
You escape, but then your escape is kind of futile because they're going to catch up with the rest of them that haven't been affected by EMP.
No. Yeah.
And Mark, yes, nobody out pizzas the hut, according to Craig Robinson.
Yeah. I don't get Pizza Hut anymore. I used to like them, but I don't know. They don't have one around here anymore. When I was a kid, that was the place to go. The salad bar and the red cups. Personal pan pizza, that was the way to go.
Yeah, and there was all you can eat, and then you got to sit at the tables and then play some video games at the arcade that they had there, and
yeah, and Domino's used to be good till they changed their recipe. So on their sauce, now I don't like them anymore. So Papa John's has been great, but as a New Yorker, I mean, it's not real pizza; it's just good pizza. I was born in Long Island, so we had real New York pizza. But I was taking what I gotta tell you, no offense against the South, they don't know how to make pizza here. So they have this place that I'm not even gonna say the name, but they're like, oh, this is the best pizza. It's not the best pizza.
No. You got to go where the Italians are at. They're the ones who originated the pizza. Just like Chinese food, or if you see the Chinese or Mexicans cooking food there, it's gonna be good.
Yep, absolutely.
You got to go where everybody eats, and if it's just the only pizza joint in town, and it's mid, it's like what's the point of life? Why do I live here?
I don't know why I'm here. I didn't move south to be iced in.
Understandable, and it's a great place. Just maybe you should start your own pizza chain. Just that way you can have something of your own.
A New Yorker girls pizza parlor. Yeah.
Yes.
Good option. If this doesn't work out, we'll work on that.
Yeah, then you could do your almond or rice flour or color.
Yeah.
Gluten free.
No one knows what they're doing, man.
So we're here today to discuss the next issue of Worthy Chaos, issue 8. Oh, I should got. I have my books here that came in November. I just barely opened it now because I found a package because I haven't like cleaning around here and then like, hey, I've been looking for these. So yes, thank you. I got all 7 issues plus my buttons. So yes, so now I get to read them. And then I also put in for the Kickstarter to get the hardback issue. Coming soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you got them pretty fast, right? I send out the day of or within 7 days, depending on how the payments work or whatever. So I already ordered these printed because the print shop raised their price. So I used to get expedited, which means I used to pay $4.50 per just a print, which means I really don't make any money off of my comics. But so it used to be $4.50. Now it's $6.50. So I can't do that anymore because I would be losing way too much money. So I had to order everything ahead of time, not expedited, and I had to order a larger amount so that you get like a small little price break.
Yeah, yeah.
So I ordered printing of 8, 9, and 10. So all 3 will be printed, and it should be here Monday if they can get up my road. I don't know. So hopefully from now on, everyone's going to get their comics even faster because I have them. And 12 is halfway done.
Hey, that's great news. That's great news. And granted that you do the delivery, so you are the one person shop that you create and deliver the books.
I do it all, man.
So that's why your earlier complaint of losing money because you have been able to do your job as far as like sending stuff out and
I can't do anything about anything. It's awful.
Yeah, it's at least the people know that hey, your books are coming. You just gotta wait till the snow melts.
Yeah.
So what are we expecting in issue 8?
Issue 8 is the start of book 2, which is continuation from book 1, obviously. And they are now trapped in a haunted asylum, and they are surrounded by zombie mental patients, which I have the plushie for over here, somewhere, and our little zombie. Yeah, you can pre-order and get your own birthday or patient number on the back. So if you have somebody that's crazy and you want to put their number as the patient number, this is the way to go. We embroider it in the back and they get it to you. And that's and just FYI, the straitjacket and outfit is hand dyed or hand stained. And then the buckles work. You can actually take off the little straitjacket. So we've sold a couple of him already. He's handmade. He's got these cool little funky mirrors in the back. That's awesome. So that's our new plushie. We got a couple of new ones, but that's our first new plushie for this campaign. Our second plushie is the giant salamander.
Nice.
That is in issue 8. For anyone that knows Resident Evil 2, this is our homage to the lickers. They're on the ceiling. They're crawling all over the place. They have the tongue and everything. So, this is their tail. So this is our second plushie. Our third plushie is the Hellhound sitting down, who I love. But we have a new thing. So these are all handmade. No.
it's a phallic shape, but still a tail.
Yeah, it's shaped like I don't know how pointed is your dick that you have this sharp point on the end. I'm slightly concerned for you that yours looks like that, and I'm very concerned. But no, they're not balls. They're the little squares that come out. Anyway, this is our first commercially made plushie. It's the Anubis. He's got the embroidered all over him. I had to buy 100 of these. So they are pre-ordered. They've already been ordered. There should be shipping out, they said, next week. There's 2 options. There's a foam staff, which I do not like. I don't. I'm sorry. This is crafted so well, high quality, and then you have this stupid staff phone, but there's nothing they can do about it. That's the only thing they can do. And everyone seems to love it. I'm just pickier, I guess. So there's going to be 50 of the foam staff. And then for $10 more, you can get the optional. The other one's not optional to take off, but the optional one that he could hold and unhold is a 3D printed staff. And this is $10 extra because I got to buy them, unfortunately. But yeah, those are in the middle of being printed. So there's 40 available of the 3D staff, 50 with the foam staff, and 10 with no staff at all. Unfortunately, they wouldn't make it cheaper with no foam staff, which, come on, it has to be a little bit cheaper without the foam staff, but whatever.
Yeah, accessories always comes with an action figure, and whether or not they're made of whatever else is not the same mold as the actual action figure.
Yeah. So. But this was the prototype that got sent to me, and I absolutely love him. I cut off his staff. I didn't like it. But the other ones, they're holding the staff. Why, thank you.
Oh, guys, don't put your PIN number, your social security number, or your birthday on the other plushie with the
the patient number.
yeah. Just use some kind of random number. Just don't put your other.
Some people have been using their birthdays. My mom got her birthday on it. The patients on the back of the patient's straitjackets in the actual comic have my co-writer's birthday on it and my husband's birthday on it. Those are the two patients with them on the back. But somebody also wanted the Hannibal Lecter number that he has in the movie Hannibal or whatever. So yeah, you can get whatever number you want that'll fit there. So yeah,
you can, but again, don't put their personal information out there just for somebody else to use it. So sometimes people use their birthdays as their PIN code.
Well, that would be dumb. Don't do that.
Like this guy here.
Don't do that. What are you doing? They can get that so easily just going through your mail.
I know, I've done it. It's already changed it. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, my husband used to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and he couldn't understand why I made him change them. So he's like, "Who would use that?" Everybody.
Well, it's not like the same code for my matched luggage, but you know.
Yeah. 1, 2. Hey, that's my luggage. I love that movie.
Great.
You should quote that on my movie. My last question was, what's your favorite quote or line from a movie? That's a good one.
Yeah, I was thinking more of like a horror genre, so I went with the Shaun of the Dead one.
Yeah, I love Shaun of the Dead. That's one of my favorite movies. I was going to put what's your favorite horror movie quote, but I thought that would limit it too much, so I just opened it up to everybody.
Yeah, Spaceballs is a very quotable movie. So
yeah.
They're just
May the Swartz be with you.
Hey,
I guess for anyone that doesn't know my comic, it's Buffy the Vampire Slayer meets Supernatural in the town of Silent Hill in the world of Resident Evil with Evil Dead, The Crow, Good Omens, and all that fun stuff thrown in. So it's a horror adventure. And for anyone that knows, so that's our regular artist. If you scroll down, this is a new artist. This is his first cover that he's ever had printed. So his name is Victor Maldina. He's amazing. He did the color, everything. And if you scroll down, I'm going to show you my second most expensive cover ever. It is Jeremy Rampak, who does the interior for Injustice, but the key part is he does the interior for the Resident Evil comic book. He worked for DC, Marvel, Blizzard, Capcom, IDW. I mean, he's done it all. So what also changed in this issue is that we got a new colorist. You see how bright and HD looking it looks? Matt Chambers joined our team. He's an amazing colorist. He did an amazing job. He's such a huge fan of Resident Evil that his license plate has something from it. No, there's no clip art. There's no AI, no clip art, no nothing.
No, that blood looks great 3D, like the way he's done this color.
Yeah, he did a really good job. Those are our mental patient zombies. And also we have a new letterist, which is amazing. SK. He does a lot of really good emotional stuff, and he gives a really good voice to it. So I'm really pleased with this issue. If we ever get popular enough, I'm going to redo the first 7 issues, but that'll probably be a couple of years, so go buy them now. But yeah, so
go full George Lucas on your first 7 issues. Then he's gonna fully reproduce it and do the art.
It'll be like 5 years. It'll be like if we do a box set. Would we do? If the letterer and the colorist and artist all stay for the entire series 1, which is 45 issues already written, then yeah, I'd probably go back and redo book 1. But we'll see. Have to see how it goes, because that would be like $4,000 to do. So we'll see how that is. And actually it'd be like $7,000 to reprint them and everything. So it's gonna be a while.
Oh, yeah.
Now
the original artist will be mad, right? I mean, you're just doing a reprint with brand new scenes.
Oh, right? just recolor and lettering.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, my artist is king, man. He's the most amazing. I could not have gotten luckier. This would not be available without him. I mean, this guy is just He's got the worst freaking memory in the entire planet, but man, can he draw. I mean, he's awesome. He forgets everything. We have to go through like, okay, her hat, her gloves, oh, her knife. So if you miss something, yeah, we tried. But he's just phenomenal. He's super fast, but I'm having a hard time keeping up paying him because I pay him every month for a whole issue. So yeah, I need to get these Kickstarters to get up a little more. 3.6 is my ideal, but since it's every other month, either I have to get a little bit more, or I have to start doing Kickstarters every month, which we could do because, as you know, we have 12. But yeah, so this series is 45 issues. Series 2, which this continues from, if I wanted to, if it was popular enough, I could continue it into. That's another 45 issues already written. And I just started writing series. I just finished the first book of series 3. So yeah. So each series ends, and then if you don't read the epilogue, it's a complete ending. But if you read the epilogue, well, then that's your fault, and it continues on to the next one. So
do you plan on doing just a non-graphic novel, just having the actual script for the actual books sometime in the future?
The scripts on the campaign, you mean?
Oh yeah, just the actual story. I mean,
no, never be released. Sorry, I'm not a good writer, guys. I'm just a good storyteller. Yeah, I could tell an amazing story, but I don't do the whole show don't tell thing. I don't like to think. I tried. I have the intelligence and the foresight to be able to do it, but it hurt my brain, so I gave up after like 2 paragraphs. Oh, so if you go to Kickstarter and search Worthy Chaos, we're the only thing that pops up. There is issue 8 that is currently live, and there is one in issue 9 is pre-launched, which will be releasing March 4th. So yeah, you can get. We have a hardcover that has 1 through 7. No, that's not the link.
Oh, that's not the link, but yeah. Yeah, just go to the Kickstarter and then Worthy Chaos. Yeah.
Yeah, search Worthy Chaos in the search bar. So we have a hardcover that has 1 through 7 in it. It's only $39 for 222 pages. The cover and the famous back cover, which is the most popular, was drawn by DC artist Ken Hunt, who worked on Batman, Harley Quinn, Superman. The colorist is the current colorist of Lady Death Universe, Cece Dela Cruz, and they did an amazing job. It's heavyweight, 80-pound glossy paper. It's just phenomenal. It's so well done. I absolutely love it. There is no soft cover, only hardcover, because I had to buy 500 of them. So go buy some. Because there's just so many of them. But they're so worth it because they're so well done. And there is a tier. Now you can get just the hardcover. If you just want 1 through 7, you can get 1 through 7. If you just want issue 1, you could just get issue 1, both PDF or printed. No, it's not it's not an 80-pound book. It's 80-pound weight paper. It's just thicker. It's not 80 pounds. Trust me. It's actually pretty light considering, because I was so worried because it was like, I think it was 12 boxes. But fortunately they're not that big.
Yeah. I'm gonna show up. I mean, this is a hardbound book right here. So yeah, it's not 80 pounds. It's just heavier, thicker paper.
Actually, I could tell you what it is in 2 seconds. Hold on. I have my own scale right here. Yeah. It is a pound, almost 2 pounds. So it's 1 3/4 pounds is what it is. 1.75. So yeah, 80 pounds. I couldn't lift 80 pounds. But yeah, and this is the cover in metal for anyone that wants the cover. Yeah, it's there's only don't quote me, I think there's only 6 of these left, but I'm not sure. It could be less. But you can get just the hardcover as a tier. You can get hardcover and the add-ons if you want the metal's also as an add-on. So almost everything is an add-on also, or a tier on its own. If it's not, I can make one for you. I've done that a couple of times. Yeah, we have metal trading cards, which is a really good seller. I don't know how many are left, but I know a bunch have sold. So yeah, our charm, we got 6 more of those left, I think.
There's some great swag with all these.
Oh yeah, there's so much merch. You're not gonna be. Also, if you spend, oops, I just tied this around my microphone. If you spend $50 or more, you get this wooden charm with the resin center of Anubis. It's got little runes. They're not official runes. A little design carved around it. And if you spend 100 or more, you get that, and you get an Anubis pointed coin, gold-plated coin. Actually, this is silver. I have silver and gold-plated coins. And that's the first time we've done that. It's only while supplies last, so I gotta go see how many are left. And then of course we have the charm that you just saw, which is pretty big. It's almost an inch and a half. Then we have I actually have they're not on there yet, but I got my little Lego figures for everybody.
Oh yeah, because you got the Anubis one right here on screen. Yeah. And yeah, okay, I didn't know there was more.
Yeah, so we've got Seraphina, Draven, and Kemiel, the angel with the top hat. So yeah, they got little weapons like swords and daggers and guns and stuff. Awesome. I just got those a couple days ago.
Antagonist and your antagonist now. That's great. So,
yeah. Yeah. The more merch, the better. What you see here is like 60% of. Oh yeah, then we have the
badge.
Yeah, the very large embroidered.
Oh, I didn't know they were that big. Okay.
Yeah, they're big, and they've got skulls hanging down. But they're two-sided. So.
And the stickers. What else we got here? We got the buttons, which I got here, and here we go. The 3D.
Oh yeah. I think they're upstairs. That's one of the 3D, and then we have this 3D Anubis. They're 6 inches. They're pretty big.
Some great shelf pieces there for you guys to have.
Yeah, that's that one. Yeah,
that's beautiful. Oh, forgot to ask. Does the tongue bend one way, or can you adjust?
It just bends one way. Yeah, I'm thinking next time I might put the wire in there because, not this. For issue 10, we're having a new main character added on, and it's our vampire chameleon bats. So the plushie isn't available yet. We're waiting but his name is Chatty for chameleon bat. But he has wire in his tail. He's got wires in his wings. And if you pre-order, you can get any 2 colors you want. So,
ooh, they're like Pokemon. You got to collect them all.
Yeah, I know. We're like Pokemon here. We also have pillows. Like I said, what you see is like 60% of what we have. Because I have the Anubis pillow. I'm probably going to put them in the next one. And I have a Hellhound pillow coming. So
yeah. If I already backed the Kickstarter, can I add more of those items on my...
Yep. You just go in and it's going to say manage your pledge. You hit manage your pledge, and then you can see all the add-ons. You could just go through and add what you want.
Yeah. All right. On it.
Yeah. Yeah. And if there's something you guys don't see, like in the add-ons, that's a tier, I will add it to the add-ons for people. Like last time I had somebody message me and they're like, there's 3 things in tiers I want. Will you make them as an add-on? I go, yep. They spent like $264. I'm like, whatever you want. You got it.
Got some great swag. So definitely I would like to pick it up, even if it was part of a tier.
Yeah. The skeleton birds are from like issue 3, but they keep selling out, so I keep buying them. But this is our skeleton birds. So yeah. The hellhounds. There's our zombie. I prefer nobody buys that one because that's mine. But if so, that's the only one that's currently available. There was going to be 2, and my mom bought one, so now there's only 1. But you could pre-order in a tier, or you could pre-order as an add-on. So, and they're all handmade. They're made to order. All the straitjackets and everything is done by hand.
Okay, and are you thinking of maybe having it? Since are the clothes, I guess, removable, so you can add something else as a different costume on there later?
You know what? Maybe for book 3, because book 3 is in the middle of it's going to be started next week or in like 2 weeks. So yeah, I might add something from there because that's going to be the scientist zombie. So maybe you could put a coat on him, a
What?
lab coat or something, or a uniform from the military hospital they're in. So yeah, now that you gave me that idea, yeah,
Ooh,
yeah,
damn right I do.
yeah,
Damn right I
yeah.
do. Don't
We're
don't
gonna have options
don't
now.
play with my toys.
We're gonna have more options now, thanks to Red over here.
I get a penny for every idea.
Yeah, yep. I'll discount you a penny.
Yeah, I'm down with that. I'll take it.
All right.
So with the issue 8 coming out, I guess story wise, what are we looking at here with the new arc?
So issues 1 through 5, well, I guess it's 8 through 12 are book 2, and they're trying to fight their way out of the abandoned insane asylum, but ghosts are controlling it and they won't let anybody leave. So their thing is they need to get through the ghost, they need to survive against the zombies and the salamanders and the vampire chameleon bats, and try to get out of the hospital. And then you have Anubis, the hellhounds, and everyone waiting for them outside the hospital. So once they get out,
You just bring the whole kitchen sink at them, just so
yeah,
they don't get out alive.
and I will say that Anubis is in this not 8 and 9 as much, that he's in a page or two, but in at least 10, 11, 12, especially 12, he's in it a lot. He's in it at least 3 pages or so. And then in 3, he's in it a couple more, and we're probably book 5, he's a main character. But it's hard to team them up because, you know, Anubis could just kill everybody. So it's him in the background. He's still being controlled by the angel. But he's trying to fight it now that he has his little hellhound buddy to take care of. So yeah, more Anubis will be added to the story as we go.
Right.
Everyone loves Anubis, man. He's the best character.
How's are you shopping this IP around now, like especially like the Netflix and stuff, and to see if it gets.
So the only thing I've ever wanted to do with my series is make it a rated R animated series. So if I can do it with keeping all licensing and permissions, because Netflix will destroy it if they get a chance, and so will Prime. So I won't let anyone have a license to it, but if I have full permission, or if in 5 years it's popular enough, I can run a campaign that will help animate it. Yeah, I would love to make it an ongoing animated series, because it's such a long series. There's 100 issues written already, and it's probably going to be 100 more before it comes to some kind of conclusion. Because series 1 is them trying to get away from the fathers, trying to survive against, you know, them. They want to take this angelic weapon from her. And for anyone who doesn't know, Seraphina is an angel descendant and Draven is a demon descendant. They're soulmates that go through every life together, but they have no memories of their past life. Something that happened in the last life, they were betrayed by their guardian angel. And so because of that, it's different in this life. The weapon is no longer inside her. So the fathers are trying to capture this angelic weapon, that if they got it, they can tip the scales of heaven and hell in their favor. Unfortunately, it requires Seraphina's soul to activate it. And if they use her soul, she can no longer be reincarnated or in the afterlife. So Draven would be complete without her. So obviously they're against that. And so this series 1 is mostly a survival guide for them. You know, it's a survival story. They're trying to get through it. Who sounds like Hancock?
Mark, you're gonna have to elaborate.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I know I saw Hancock, but I don't know how that relates. But that was a good movie. But yeah, so series 2 is a lot more complicated. They're well, I can't tell you without giving stuff away. But if we do, like, if I end it at the end of series 1, it'll be a nice series. It'll have a great ending and all that. But man, so much cool stuff happens in series 2 when the powers come out or wings come out. I mean, all this stuff happens. So I would love to do series 2 also. But we'll have to see. Oh, no, I don't think they went through. I think they just lived forever. Didn't they they were eternal. They didn't reincarnate, did they?
That's something I gotta look up again. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that movie. But if it's in the same breath as Supernatural, there's going to be a point where one of these characters dies and then has to fight the afterlife, right?
Okay, so there is a couple of deaths, yeah, I can't tell you more because you'll see stuff that happens at the end of book 2. Yeah, that's true. I've never read them, but I do know that Hawkman and Hawkgirl do reincarnate. But I think they have memories, Hawkman and Hawkgirl, but I'm not sure. I don't know the whole story. Yeah. So I lost my train of thought. Oh, the deaths. Yeah, they do die. So, and I'll give a little spoiler because it doesn't make you want to not read it. But in book 4, they both die. But unfortunately, she goes to heaven, and he, because of a spell, gets trapped and goes to hell. So she has to fight to get out of heaven, and then fight to get her way through hell to get to him. So I'm almost to those scripts. I'm writing the scripts as we speak. I started book issue 1 of book 4, which is issue 23. Yeah, I bet.
Well, reading is fundamental, Mark. Reading is fundamental.
Yes, it is. I'm glad you think so. I've put a lot of thought in this. We're very obsessed with it, and I'm going to give you a little hint of why this is so special when you're reading it. I wrote the story and I wrote Serafina, but I never wrote Draven's words at all. Not his thoughts, not his speech. They're written by my co-writer. So I rewrite a chapter, my character will talk to him, and then I send it to her, and she writes all the thoughts and words of what he says to her back. So when you're reading them, they have 2 completely different personalities. It makes it a little bit more unique, and it keeps us intrigued because I have no idea what he's going to say or think or do or whatever. So I really do love that aspect of it.
So, do you sometimes already kind of like, I guess not have a premonition, but you already know what they're gonna say just based on how long?
Yeah, I already know. Like when I first started writing with my co-writer, we had to write shorter replies, or I had to write shorter chapters because I didn't know how Draven would react. Now I know he's either gonna push her behind him, or push her down, or get in front of her. So I kind of get what he's gonna say or do. So there are certain times that I will write what her reply to him, and my co-writer is like, that's exactly what I was gonna say. I was like, yeah, I know. So yeah, we've gotten to the point where we could, but I would never write. He just has that unique way of talking and thinking, and he thinks a lot. You can tell the difference between them because my character's like me. She barely thinks and she talks nonstop. And then you have Draven, who will do like one line sarcastic comments or threats, mostly threats or sarcastic comments, but then he's thinking like really deep thoughts about how he feels about her, or how the situation makes him feel, or the struggle he has, because he's an assassin. He's cold-hearted to the core, and he doesn't think that Serafina should love him because of that, but he loves her too much to leave. So he's stuck in this struggle of wanting to keep her safe by leaving and not. Oh, thank you.
Gotta get the swag, Mark. Get more swag.
I appreciate that. What's his name? Mark
of Legion of Comics. Yes.
Yeah, thanks. I've been trying to get into the 3600s for like 4 days. I will say this campaign went a lot faster because we funded in 2 hours, we double funded in 12 hours, and it triple funded in 5 days. But thank you, Mark. I really appreciate that. I really think you're going to love the story. It's going to be shipped out the day it ends. So you're going to get it like within a week of the campaign ending. As long as payments go through, it gets sent out.
Mark also does his own show, his own podcast with other friends in the community. So definitely, yeah.
Yeah, Mark, can I be on your show? I'm running out of shows. I did 140 campaigns last year, and I need to do more shows. So yeah, I need to get out there more. I need to get my story seen. I have a lot of faith in my story. I have no faith in anything else I do in my life, but this story, I love this story. I'm very passionate about it.
As far as being snowed in, did it really give you more ideas on actually going back to the stuff you already written and adding something else in there just because you were snowed in? It's like, you know what? Maybe I should rewrite this portion here.
I did rewrite something, but it was thanks to my friend Lori, who does Path of the Pale Rider, for anyone that knows that story. But I had a certain thing happen in the end of book 3. Sure you are. He's like, just kidding. Sure you are. But she gave me an idea, and then I ran with that, and it turned out a much better idea. But I usually get ideas while I'm doing the script. So I do the script twice. Obviously, I do the script for the artist, and then when he's done, go through it again for 2 reasons. One, I love my artist, and he does his own thing with panels. But because of that, the panels won't ever match the script for the letterer. And it used to not matter because he was the letterer originally, and now he's not. But it turned out better because now I have to go through and match the panel for what they say, but I get other ideas by seeing their expressions or seeing an action that my artist might have done that I didn't know of or whatever. So it does work out better that way. And then I have the editor do it before and after. I have 2 editors, one that does the like the commas and fun stuff like that, and then I have another one that goes through and makes sure that my sentences make sense. However, she never changes. She's learned not to change what they say because it ruins the tone. But I have this tendency to write really long sentences, so she separates sentences a lot. Is what she mostly does. This should be 2 sentences. This should be 3 sentences, and I was like, fair enough. So that's definitely one of those things. But yeah.
It's something that teachers early on in literature and I guess English class, right? So like, yeah, sometimes you got to break it down in order for you to really convey your.
Yeah, you see, when we originally wrote these, I did not plan to do anything with this. I do remember thinking after we had 10 books written that it was a waste to not let other people read it, but I knew it wasn't a novel. It's just not written that way. It's written as a role play, so you really couldn't do it without destroying the story. So I said, what a waste. I actually am good at something. I could tell a story, but no one's going to be able to read it. And then one day I said, you know what? I'll just print these out for us. And through lulus.com, you can print novels for your like 1 or 2, and I said, well, let's celebrate. Cause I think at that point we had 10 novels. Now we have 13. And I said, I'll just find an artist on Upwork and just have them do our characters for us or whatever. So when I was looking for them, they were all so cartoony, but we used real actors when we were role playing, so we kind of wanted something like that. So I asked my co-writer, "Do you mind cartoony, or should I keep looking for realistic?" And they said they didn't mind realistic. They didn't mind cartoony. So like a light bulb went off, and I was like, "Well, I could make comics." And I said the infamous words, "How hard can it be?" The hardest thing I've ever done ever. But yeah, I actually it was incredibly hard. My first
just until you get started, right? And then
yeah.
it seems like you fell in love with it, and then now you're like master of the medium where you're already
published. Well, I lost $9,000 from the first 2 artists. One artist who stole $3,000 from me. I tried to fix it for $2,000. But it wasn't to my liking. So I hired this artist and he redid one. So you can get the original. I only printed like 50 of them. I think I sold 35 so far. So there's I think there's 10 left actually. I'm not sure. But yeah, it wasn't to my liking. And then I had another artist before I found this one do the prequel, which you can see in the add-ons. It's a PDF. It was done pretty good, but they don't look like my characters as much as I liked. Yeah, so I paid my artist, the first artist, not this artist. Jonas DaCosta is amazing. The first artist, I paid for 20 pages. However, I'm a sucker, and they were the only artists that even remotely looked like what I wanted. They weren't what I really wanted, but they were close. So I was nervous of losing that artist because I spent thousands of finding an artist. I mean, it was getting scripts or test pages done or designs. It was a mess. Anyway, they kept coming up with something that was broke, or someone's in the hospital. They need the money ahead of time or something.
Oh, wow, that's a flag.
Yeah, it was. But I was so desperate at the time that I kept, and they were in the Philippines. And so when I was smart enough to do the 20 pages by goods and services, but and it is true, they keep it for 21 days overseas if you pay through that. So I kept doing it. I got talked into doing friends and family. And so I pretty much by the end of it, I had paid this person to do pencil, ink, color, and lettering for a book and a half. And they only did the penciling for book one. So then I had to hire three more people to do the ink, the color, and the lettering. And it cost me another $2,000 to finish it. And then I didn't like it. So I didn't like it. It wasn't up to my standard. And I asked like 20 people.
Of comics, I guess.
Huh?
Part of the growing pains of creating.
Well, I did have a Kickstarter. My very first one, I made $900. It was mostly friends and family, and I hadn't been on any podcast. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Still don't, but I knew even less then. And when it came out, I was like, well, now I have to find an artist to do two. And I searched for that artist. And then when I found Jonas DaCosta, I was trying to ask everybody, should I redo one? And they kept saying, no, artists change all the time. Don't worry about it. You're fine. But I just couldn't do it. I love the new art so much. It looks exactly the way the characters looked in my head. And I was like, screw it, do issue one. And so I paid for him to do issue one again. And it was worth every penny. So I will say that losing that $5,000 was absolutely worth it. Because had that person finished it, I would not be where I am today. It would not be as popular, and I would not like it as much. And there's no effing way we would be releasing issue 8. It would probably be like the third one, if even. So I absolutely, and that person's not doing comics anymore. So yeah, I don't know, not have to worry about hiring them. But yeah, so they did try to make up for it later when I tried to ruin their life. I locked down the PayPals and I tried to get it all back, and it wasn't possible because he did do the penciling. So the 20 pages that I paid for kind of covered the penciling, and I wasn't going to win, but I was going to make their life miserable until I kind of got some payback from it. So they did wind up doing the spinoff issue 1, just so I could see it done. I don't make any money off of it. I don't really do anything from it, but if anyone wants it, it's for like $4 or something, or $3 in the add-on, so you can see a spinoff that we did. But yeah, so I never got that $5,000 back, but it was worth it. My artist is worth every penny. I wish I could have given him the $5,000 because he's worth the money. But yeah, so I don't know.
It's available on the Kickstarter, so definitely go. I'm gonna go pick it up as well.
Add the PDFs. Well, now there's 3 PDFs as add-ons. There's the old artist, you can see it if you want to. There's the PDF. There's the issue 1 if you want to see how they met, and the spinoff if you want to see what would have happened if they did get away from the house that night. So that's a little bit of a what if. We also have a new song this book. Permissible Indulgence did it, and it's phenomenal. It's a zombie song. There's a great line. It's like a zombie. I love it's stuck in your head though. But the video that you can watch has the new background song too, so you can hear it. But you can get them at $3 each or $5 for both songs.
Oh, is it set up on YouTube as well, or just?
It's the video on the Kickstarter, but I am going to put a song video on there of the original song.
Okay.
So yeah, but it's in the add-ons. You can get as a digital download. You get the instrumental and the vocal. They're really good songs. The lyrics are in the Kickstarter for anyone that wants to see the lyrics.
And future books are going to have a soundtrack to it then.
Oh, every book is going to have a new song. Yeah.
Oh. Damn.
So yeah, we are going to have some soundtracks going on. Yeah.
So are you tinkering with all types of music genres, or are you just gonna go with just full on?
We're tinkering with different, like the first song sounds a lot different than the second song. It's the same people, but they did a little bit different. It's actually cool. It has like 3 different. It sounds like 3 different versions of the song. It's just you have to listen to it. It's very cool. I'll let you listen to it. But it's very well done, and I'm really happy with the lyrics and everything. They get the lyrics done right the first time. I think I changed like 2 words. They said, "Have you ever wondered?" And I had them change it to "You're worth it," because obviously the song.
Yeah.
And it fit really well. And it's only because when they were singing it, it kind of sounded like "Worth It" because I don't have very good hearing. And I was like, oh no, wait. So then I had them change it. So
you also get, I guess, musical credits on every song. That just because you're
yeah.
oh Yeah, you're all over this thing. Nice. So
Yeah.
where can people reach you now to purchase the book and at least get to know you, even book you for future?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very active on social media, and before I made this comic, I was never on social media. So this is, but now I have 5,000 followers, 5.1 thousand followers on Facebook, and I try to talk to everybody that posts and everybody that does it. So yeah, Corissa Grant on Facebook. I talk to anybody. I'm one of the people that would have got kidnapped as a kid. Just talk to me. I talk to you. I post pages, I post merch, I ask people their opinions on merch. Sometimes you can pick things you want and all that fun stuff. So Corissa Grant on Facebook. We also have a Worthy Chaos Facebook group. There's a business page. It doesn't do anything. Don't bother. But it's nice if you like it. But it's just, I don't know, never really, I mean, I got like 150, 200 likes or something, but whatever, just add me. But to find me on Kickstarter, as I said, Worthy Chaos will get you me on Kickstarter. So just do Worthy Chaos and sign up for any pre-launches. We're always there, either pre-launch or live or both. We're always there. So yeah. So there you go. And then we're on Twitter, but it's not like it used to be. So unfortunately, the algorithm changed or whatever. So Facebook is now where I am. So, but if you search Worthy Chaos anywhere, I'm there. So there you go.
All right. So are you going to update us later there or this week as soon as you get out of the house once everything's get
loud? Yeah.
Make sure that you didn't die of starvation.
Yeah. Well, we have we're running out of cat food too. So my husband just walked down the store. I should have told him to pick up cat food. Whoops. Oh well, that would have been hard to drag up the hill anyway. So what are you gonna do? But yeah, I'll let you know if I don't starve. Trust me, I've got enough meat on my bones for at least another week. So
well, remember, it takes 3 days without water, 3 weeks.
It's the rule of 3. It's 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food.
Okay, all right.
And 3 months without comics. So
without comics either.
Yeah, I need comics to live, man. I mean, let me tell you, you got that itch for the new pages. I mean, I need them.
All right, Mark said.
Mark's awesome.
All right, so definitely hit up the Kickstarter. Go pick up the books from Corissa, and pick up the swag as well. And then we'll have you back on for the next book.
Well, October. It's our second year, so I got to come on for at least October.
Okay, and then are you gonna introduce us to your other writer or maybe some other?
I'm trying, man. I'm working on it. On it. Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe a live performance of one of the songs.
I keep telling them that too, so I'm hoping that'll happen. They said live is hard, but maybe they can get a video to you at least.
Okay,
see them. Yeah.
Forward to that.
Their link is in the Kickstarter, by the way, under add-ons. You can follow their link and check out their other music and stuff. It's the right color too, so yeah, you can call it that if you want.
Mark, just pick up the plushie, man. I know what you got to do with it, but definitely just go pick it up.
I only make tops 2 of each plushie of but they might, if they're popular, I do make more because the birds sold out every campaign so far. But yeah, but right now there's only 1 or 2 salamander plushies made, so we'll see how it goes.
All right, definitely. Well, thank you for coming on, Corissa, and Mark.
Have me on. Thanks for my new backer. Mark sounds awesome. He sounds like he's gonna keep me on my toes for sure.
Actually, Mark's a crazy dude, but he's big in the comics and he's big in the podcast world, bigger than us. Great conversation. That's very, very contrarian to some of the opinions out there next to popular opinions. So definitely, he's a good conversation to have with too.
Awesome.
So I'll connect you guys after the show.
Okay. And then, yeah. Awesome.
So, from us here at the Villains and Corissa Worthy Chaos, thank you for showing up. See you guys at the next show. Later.
Bye.
Where's my outro?
Thanks again for listening to another episode of the Sealess Villains podcast, your cultivators of the comic culture. Make sure you follow us on